Hey guys, it's your girl Lady Miracle and I'm back with another video. And in today's video we are going to be talking about last night, honey, and what happened between Will Smith and Chris Rock. What made Will just go off? What happened? We're going to get into all that, but before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also share this video. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to know the next time I upload a new video. So let's get into this drama, honey. Alright, so last night was the 2022 Oscar Awards ceremony, and of course normally we don't really talk about really what's going on, but this year it was definitely something, because the two main events that everybody has been talking about on Twitter is Will Smith, where he wins his first Oscar Awards, which is his winning role from King Arthur. He won Best Actor, and also slapping the mess out of Chris Rock. So if you guys don't know what happened, let's take a look at this clip real quick.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to.
So as Chris Rock presented the award for Best Documentary Feature at the Oscars, the comedian made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith and her lack of hair. Now, nobody really knows if Chris Rock actually knew that she had alopecia, so it kind of hit different when he actually told the joke. Now, last year, she went bald after her daughter Willow encouraged her to do so.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, I've been getting a lot of questions about why I've been wearing this turban. Yeah. Well, I've been having issues with hair loss. And I'm gonna tell you, it was terrifying when it first started. You know, I was in the shower one day and then just handfuls of hair just in my hands. And I was just like, oh my God, am I going bald? It was one of those times in my life where I was literally shaking with fear.
That's a really scary experience.
Yeah. That's why I cut my hair.
So they don't really know.
They don't know why. People have said stress. People say, oh, you do have alopecia. Even in my terror and even in my fear and in the moment of just going, oh my God, like, why are you so terrified that you might lose your hair?
Right.
So I think what threw people off a little bit was the fact that at first Will was actually laughing at the joke, but then out of nowhere he decides to walk up to the stage and actually slap him. So I think it kind of got people confused, but honestly, I think Will is the type of person that will kind of like laugh something off even though he doesn't really show how he feels. But once he saw how Jada felt and the look that she made, I think that's what kind of ticked him off, and the fact that it was national TV, that everybody's seen it, and he literally just called his wife out like that. But again, another half is also saying too that Chris is a comedian, and usually when you sit on the front row, of course they search out for somebody to talk about at that time, and just so happened that it was Jada. Now, this isn't really the first time that Chris has talked about Jada. In 2016, he also mentioned Jada and made a joke about her as well. So let's look at that for a minute.
This show, the TV show? Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for concussion. I get it. Tell the truth, I get it. You get mad, said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. Yeah, you're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West, okay?
So honestly, I definitely just want to shout out Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, and Bradley Cooper for being able to support and help him, because they all knew actually how Will was feeling at that point, and to be able to have that composure and control. It's just so good to have people look out for you, because they know what Will has been going through with social media and the press and everything else. But to be able to keep your cool throughout that whole time, honestly, I can figure that it was very hard for him to do so. So child, from all that past animosity that was going on, that was low-key hee-hee, but at the same time still felt some type of way, I had to run to Twitter to see what Twitter was talking about. And of course, you already know Twitter was lit, like so lit. So everybody had to add their little 2 cents and what they felt about the situation. And of course, there were some celebrities that pitched in and stated their opinion to how they felt about the situation, and also TV shows that had theirs as well. So let's take a look at those real quick.
Embarrassed for Will. I was horrified for Chris Rock. I mean, Will apologized to the Academy and he apologized to his colleagues and the other nominees, but he didn't apologize to Chris Rock.
No.
And I thought Chris was the one that deserved an apology for taking the high road. He was slapped in front of millions of people internationally, and he took the high road in his response. I think that Will was immature. I think he was childish, and I think he was violent.
But people are rallying around Will,
which is surprising to me, because I think that's something that we tell our children not to do, right? Our children would be suspended from school for doing something like that. Use your words. I mean, he's a Grammy Award-winning rapper. Shouldn't he have been able to say something?
Well, he did.
Well, he was using expletives, though. And I think the other part of this is, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith have lived publicly their whole lives. And when you live publicly, you do open up yourself to jokes. You open up yourself to commentary. Jada did shave her head on Instagram, said she was embracing her new look. They've talked openly about their open relationship, their open marriage. They've talked openly about Jada's affair with one of their children's friends on the red table, La Mesa Roja. And I think that when that type of thing, when you live publicly, you don't have the right to all of a sudden decide to execute violence. And I have to say, that was a show of toxic masculinity. If he was offended and felt emasculated by Regina Hall's joke or by Chris Rock's joke, you don't act out in violence. That is not a show of love. That's a show of violence.
So Nicki Minaj said on Twitter, imagine what it feels like to be losing your hair to a point where you have to shave it bald. You think that's easy to deal with for anyone? You don't think she cried about this many times? 2022, y'all gonna have to see these men about these jokes you made about their wives. I love Chris Rock. I don't think he would have made the joke had he known that Jada recently shared, but between him and the whole team at the Oscars, you mean to tell me that not one of y'all heard this woman just share this heartbreaking heartbreaking story? Come on, son. The husband gets a front row seat to his wife's pain. He's the one consoling her, drying her tears behind closed doors when those cameras go off. Social media has made people feel that these husbands won't ever run into them in real life. You just got to witness in real time what happens in a man's soul when he looks over to his woman he loves and sees her holding back tears from a little joke at her expense. This is what any and every real man feels in that instance. While y'all seeing the joke, he's seeing the pain. So later on today, Will had got on Instagram and made this post. He said, "Violence in all its form is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and unexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I was embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I wanted to be. There is no place for violence in the world of love and kindness. I would like to also apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, and the attendees and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will." So honestly, I'm torn between the two because I can understand both sides. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really think that was a good idea for Will to walk up and to hit him like that because this is national TV, and in a way, you still have to be professional regardless of your feelings. But at the same time, if you kind of roll up on this person and go ahead and say what it is, it's kind of like you're not about to disrespect me in front of the whole entire world. So it's really a give and take at the same time. Some people feel like he should have just waited till afterwards, and some people just laughed and just said, hey, it is what it is. He's representing his wife, he's protecting her, just like he said in his speech. So I'm not really sure. What do you guys think? Do you think that it was okay for him to do that, to stand up with his wife regardless of the situation right then and there? Or do you think that he should have just pulled back and waited to that point to even say, bro, you know you're wrong for that. You should not have done that and handled it behind closed doors. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.